Okay, so we're diving deep today into Shiba Inu,
Right.
SHIB in particular. We've been looking into its potential for a price surge
Right.
and sent over some pretty interesting analyses,
Yeah.
including JAVON MARKS predictions, some data on Shibarium's growth,
Yeah.
and Shiba's on-chain metrics.
Mm.
So will it rally to 0.00000081,
Mm.
or is it decline more likely?
What?
Let's find out. Let's do this deep dive.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting time for SHIB.
Yeah.
You've got these really bullish signals coming from Shibarium's growth,
Right.
but then you've got some of the on-chain metrics that are flashing warning signs.
Yeah,
It's like a crypto tug of war.
it really is. Okay, so let's start with the exciting part.
All right.
JAVON MARKS is predicting a possible 180% surge for SHIB, putting it at 0.000081.
Right.
Imagine your SHIB holdings nearly tripling.
Wow.
That's the potential upside here.
Yeah.
What's driving this optimistic outlook? Is he basing this on specific developments, or is it more of just like a gut feeling?
Well, I think he's definitely banking on the success of Shibarium.
Right.
For those who haven't been following too closely, Shibarium is a layer 2 solution for Shiba Inu. And so what that means is instead of transactions happening directly on the Ethereum blockchain,
Okay.
which can get very busy and expensive,
Mhm.
they're handled on Shibarium, which sits on top of Ethereum,
Yeah.
so to speak. This makes transactions a lot faster and cheaper, which are two huge selling points in the world of crypto.
Yeah, absolutely. So Shibarium kind of takes the load off of Ethereum's main network and creates a much smoother, more affordable experience for SHIB users.
For sure.
But does that automatically translate
That's a good question.
to a SHIB price surge?
It doesn't necessarily, but it certainly sets the stage for it. And the reason I say that is because Shibarium has seen incredible growth. Over 2 million wallet addresses and 600 million transactions.
That's huge.
And here's why that's significant.
How?
Increased Shibarium usage signals growing confidence in the entire Shiba Inu ecosystem. And that can attract developers
Interesting.
who might start building new applications on Shibarium, which could further increase the demand for SHIB and potentially drive up the price.
So more users, more developers, more demand. It's like a chain reaction.
Exactly.
It is. But before we get too carried away with the hype here, we do have some data suggesting a possible dip. We're seeing a decline in network growth, which measures how quickly new users are joining the network, fewer large transactions, and a drop in the in-the-money metric, which tells us how many intro holders are currently in profit. Does this throw a wrench into our optimistic Shibarium engine?
It introduces a bit of caution for sure. A decline in network growth could mean that the initial hype around Shibarium might be starting to cool down. The drop in large transactions could indicate that big players, those whales, are starting to pull back. And a decrease in that in-the-money metric suggests that there might be some growing concern among SHIB holders. And nobody wants to see their portfolio in the red.
No, they do not.
Not at all.
Especially that in-the-money. I always get a little nervous when I start seeing that go down. So we've got Shibarium painting a very rosy picture. But then these on-chain metrics waving some red flags. It's like SHIB is standing at a crossroads.
It really is.
How do we make sense of all of this?
Well, if you connect it to the bigger picture, it really boils down to sustained momentum. For SHIB to actually reach that 0.00000081 Weiler, target the excitement and the development spurred by Shibarium needs to continue, and those on-chain metrics need to reverse course.
Gotcha.
The 0.00002911 mark becomes a critical support level.
Watch. If the price dips below that, we could be looking at a much steeper decline.
So a potential surge fueled by Shibarium, but also the possibility of a downturn if things don't go as planned.
For sure.
Continued development and market sentiment playing a huge role in determining SHIB's fate.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of the crypto world. It's constantly evolving.
It is.
And it's always changing. And this brings up a question for you.
Okay.
What other factors do you think could influence SHIB's price in the coming weeks and months? And which developments are you personally keeping an eye on?
It's a great question. I think
staying informed is key.
Yeah, staying informed is key in this very dynamic space.
Oh, sure.
There you have it, folks. Another fascinating deep dive.
Absolutely.
Remember, the crypto market is always full of surprises. stay curious and keep those research skills sharp.
Right on.
Yeah.
Sounds good.